Hey friends, so it is a very rainy, miserable looking Saturday, but I'm so excited because it is the first weekend of the Halloweekend readathon. If you haven't heard of this, it is sponsored by Katrina Brown and a couple other booktubers who are new to me, but I've subscribed to all of them and they're really great channels. So check them out in the description box if you are unfamiliar. But they have a whole list of reading prompts, activity prompts, picture prompts, and even some bonus prompts. And this weekend is kind of busy for me, so I did start an audiobook. It is Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. This is my first experience with Paul Tremblay, and I guess it would classify as one of my favorite subgenres, maybe, because it seems to be a bit of apocalyptic horror. It's very timely. It's dealing with an infectious disease that is ravaging Massachusetts. I'm about 10% through that one, but really enjoying that. I'm sorry if I'm looking all around, but I never really film out in public much, so yeah, I'm just looking around and seeing if there are any pedestrians looking at me. But I'm actually meeting some friends for breakfast at a diner, and I think I saw one pull up, so I am going to go do that and I will check in later. Hey guys, so I just wrapped up with Dairy Day about 40 minutes ago. That was a really cool event that was sponsored by our local agricultural extension office, and one of my really great friends is actually the extension agent, so she organized it, and I was so happy that I got to go because I ate about a pound of cheese. There were loads of different types of cheeses for a cheese tasting. There was a lady who owns a company that makes gourmet pimento cheeses, so we got a tasting of those. We also had an ice cream tasting, so that pretty much served as my lunch. So I just got out of the gym. Of course, I had to go and do a little workout after eating all of that dairy, but I learned a lot about the dairy industry that I did not know. And of course, there were some fun nutrition facts that I've actually learned about through my nutrition coaching course that I'm currently in, but that was really interesting. So yeah, a glass of milk is just as good, if not better, for a post-workout snack. Of course, if you're not, lactose intolerant or anything like that. But yeah, had a little calf there, so that was really cute. And now I'm just gonna go to the grocery store, so nothing too fun there. I have gotten, I think, about a third of the way through Survivor Song, and I'm not really scared yet. I think it may be because I'm so desensitized to words like vaccine, incubation period, quarantine, So I'm hoping that it picks up a little bit. I was kind of hoping this book would do for me what Station 11 did not do for me. So I don't know, the jury's still out. We will see. But yeah, I have some other books that I might get into today that are not necessarily part of Halloweekend, but they could kind of work for the event as well. So we will see. I do have a Halloweeny shirt on. I will show you guys. Super cute. Picked this up on Etsy, and I do have some fall leaves for my earrings, which were also an Etsy purchase. So yeah, that's my check-in, and hopefully I'll get some reading done at some point today. I've been kind of busy this morning, so we will see. So it is Sunday, and yes, I am one of those people who will go outside in the rain just to get some steps in. I cannot stand being cooped up in the house for too long, so I've been out here just walking around. It's just a light mist, but listening to Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. And I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to pull the plug, guys. I had high hopes for that book. It did start off really exciting. The introductory sequence was a little bit jarring. He did have some mixed media sort of elements that he incorporated into the book, with some kind of online chatter related to this rabies epidemic that was ravishing Massachusetts, and I liked those elements. I thought it was going to be exciting, but at about 50%, I have to abandon it. It's become more of a travel log, and nothing of consequence is really happening, and it isn't really scary to me. So I don't DNF often, but I'm gonna have to do it. And I don't think this is representative of his other works. Some of his other books sound a bit different, so I'm still willing to give him a go. This one was just a no for me. I have earlier this morning read a few chapters of The Five, which is my Black Arts book club pick for the month of October. And I know this is not really horror, but it is a very horrific nonfiction book. This one's definitely a winner for the weekend. This book has started off really strong. It's given a very detailed picture of what life was like for most working class people in Victorian London, and it's pretty grim. It paints a very grim picture and really shows what a tenuous position a lot of those people found themselves in, and unfortunately it leads to easy pickings for a murderer like Jack the Ripper. But I do like that we're getting more about the victims in this book than I've ever previously heard, so very well done there. I'm probably gonna get a few more steps in today, and then maybe see what I can find to read to salvage the rest of this Halloweekend event. And I do have a live show a little bit later with Katie Reads and Rants, so I do need to save a little bit of time to get ready for that. But I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and yeah, I'll check in later. So the ambiance is set, the pumpkin spice coffee is a go, and I think I have chosen a winner to close out this Halloweekend. It is Cirque Berserk by Jessica Guess, and this is one of the co-host favorites, so that's the prompt that I'm gonna do, and I think it may have actually been on a couple of the co-host favorites list, but giving me all of the bizarre, creepy vibes on this cover. And so, yeah, I'm gonna get to reading. We'll see how it goes. Okay, guys, so last check-in here for the first weekend of the Halloweekend readathon, and I have finished Cirque Berserk by Jessica Guess. I was actually on one of the sprints on Books with Lexi's channel, and I was able to finish this up. It is a carnival ride. It is such a campy, fun little book. What to say about it? I mean, the premise is a win. I don't know how you could ruin this book because the premise is so good. It is an abandoned carnival that has a very dark past from the 80s. There were some murders there. There's a little bit of the satanic panic element to it. There are lots of like urban legends around this site, and so of course kids are going to want to check this out and what happens when they go, but you know, murders. So it is a fun little 80s slasher sort of book, and lots of references to good 80s music. They reference the song I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston multiple times, which I had on cassette. So I loved that. Actually, the footage I'm gonna put in this vlog of me reading the book, I think there were a couple of spots where I was smiling or laughing, and it was because of the references to the Whitney Houston song. So that was pretty cool. Really enjoyed that read. That was a great way to end this readathon. It's about 10 p.m. and I do get up at 5 a.m. so I'm gonna head to bed here shortly, but had a great night. I did a live show on Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier with Katie Reads and Rants. That was a lot of fun, and did a little meal prep for my breakfast, and yeah, was finally able to finish this book for the readathon, so I'm very excited that I ended with a win since I did DNF that Paul Tremblay book. But hopefully next weekend will be a little bit less chaotic as far as my schedule goes, and I will be able to knock out a couple of books. But thanks for watching this, guys. I'm kind of new to vlogging, so I hope this turns out okay, but hope you're having a great night, and I'll see you in the next one.